Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. How are you all doing? New weekly candle has opened and things are looking nice, guys. Something which we were simply speculating on Bitcoin to kind of hold on to a new higher low is kind of working out, guys. It is really working out, right? In the small to mid time frames, we're looking at Bitcoin holding on to some key levels, and Ethereum is also falling up with the same shit, which means that this week is probably going to be bullish, guys. I mean, essentially, this is one of those days where I feel like finally there's something which is happening in the market, right? So without any further ado, let's just simply jump into the charts, guys. This is called only charts right here, and the price action is as clear as it can get, guys. Just to recap with the previous analysis right here, we're kind of speculating on the price action holding on to these levels, kind of formulating a new higher low in context to all of these higher lows on Bitcoin itself. So which is why we are proceeding forward. Currently we're interacting with a key area of rejection at $24,000 regions, guys. So now this daily candle defines a lot of things for the coming week itself, but most likely we are looking at early signs of, you know, something good might be coming up for this entire week itself. So maybe altcoins will also look nice for the entire week, guys. Now the thing is that the last week was overall a little bearish to sideways, was only because Bitcoin all throughout that week was simply drifting sideways with multiple rejections on every single time frame. Bitcoin was going down, Ethereum was consolidating, and altcoins were simply losing their liquidity in the market, right? But for this week right here, so far so good, guys. I mean, so far so good. We had a good looking CME candle closure above key levels on the weekly 200 simple as well, which is why we are looking at a little follow through in the price action coming from the spot itself. And if this daily candle on BTC closes above this entire zone right here, that is going to be very confidence inducing for, let's just say, a couple of weeks to follow up altogether, guys. Now the thing is that even if we talk about this price, if we talk about the spot price action, look at this price action, guys. I mean, yes, you are kind of going ahead for that V-shaped recovery. I mean, that could be up the card, but the bigger news right here is that yes, we have an open and a closure above the 200 simple moving average, and this weekly candle, if it proceeds like this, clears out these 25,000 zones of sell side liquidity. Good things will follow up, guys. Ethereum will most likely proceed towards 2,500 and altcoins will look tasty in the market. So that is coming from the weekly time frame. But if we talk about the 3-day time frame, you can see that this price action is kind of brewing out for a breakout over these zones, and the ultimate target is going to be at the 3-day 55 simple, guys. One more thing that we have been speculating on for this entire week or the previous week itself was the fact that maybe the 55 simple could simply trend like this, and the price action does something like this and kind of interacts with this zone right here. So until Bitcoin's price action stays in an uptrend in the small to mid time frames, altcoins will perform nicely, guys. Most of your positions that includes a high leverage exposure to fucking altcoins is probably going to work out, right? Although look, guys, the thing is, on high leverage, nothing really works out altogether. Just to give you a little example, if you're longing on 100x leverage, if the price action goes even 1% against your direction, you will be wiped out of the market, guys. And when it comes to 50x leverage, 2% move against your position is going to wipe you out. So you can calculate it further, guys. If you're 25x long in the market, it's going to be 2.25% of move against your price action direction, or maybe 4%. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, 4% move is going to wreck you. It's going to get you out of the market altogether. So honestly, according to my own experience in the long term, anything above 10x leverage is supposed to be fucking punished in the market, guys. So I hope you are trading for the longevity, and I hope you are having that bigger picture in your mind, right? Do not forget about the bigger picture, about being a trader in the market altogether, which is why if you will really understand these elements, you'll probably not leverage yourself out like fucking madmen in the market, guys. There are people just like simply gambling their entire net worth away. So it kind of hurts to see I'm the same page, but essentially, had they been following Crypto Educator, or had they been subscribed to Crypto Educator, they would have kind of saved their equity, I believe, right? With that said, Bitcoin is in an uptrend. I mean, things are looking completely fine. Our new higher low is going to be at $22,500 regions, guys. So the entire risk management for literally 90% of the crypto assets out there is going to be according to Bitcoin holding on to these levels, guys. If you see Bitcoin losing $22,500 on a closing basis on a daily time frame, I think you should kind of get out of your altcoin exposure altogether, right? Because altcoins will create some nasty down moves if that really happens on Bitcoin. So all eyes on these levels right here. Until Bitcoin is holding this one, yep, things are looking fine, right? With that said, let's talk about Ethereum, which is kind of interacting with the key area of support. And the last weekly candle fortunately closed like an inverted hammer, guys, which is nice. And also to bring out a key element in this entire video right here, it's going to be this RSI trend right here. Holy shit, guys, this is interesting. I mean, honestly, this is pretty nice, right? I mean, we had a massive weekly bear trend ever since May, literally the first week of May. On the RSI, we had a massive downtrend, and the price action was also showcasing those same things, right? And the thing is that on the RSI on the weekly itself, we're kind of breaking out of this entire zone right here, which means that maybe good things could follow up in the coming days. And you know the deal, guys. I mean, these kind of patterns, they do play out on the price action, but they also work on RSI as well. Believe it or not, I've made crazy amount of successful swing trades in the market only because of this fucking indicator on the weekly time frame. It's going to be the RSI itself, guys. So we are kind of resolving this down to the upside. I mean, this weekly candle is going to be key deciding factor for the entire leg to the upside. And on the Fibonacci trend context, you can see on the left hand side right here, we got key extensions coming from the Fibonacci zones as well, from the all-time high all the way towards the current low right here. We have 0.236, where we are simply interacting, which is why, guys, we can simply expect some sort of sell side liquidity coming from these levels, at least on the small to mid time frames. But essentially, if you establish a trend above 1800, you know the deal, guys. This is something which I've been talking about all this while for 2 weeks, right? If you establish a trend above 1800, yes, the 382 extension is coming at your 2400 regions, which is extending all the way towards $2,500 flat, guys. So Ethereum for the coming week, the speculation stays to be the same. I mean, Ethereum could potentially run towards clear cut 36% move to the upside, guys. Now I didn't think I'm going to bring up this point for the stream right here, but the thing is that we have the Ethereum merger happening as well, guys. The proof of stake transition, and the key event is going to be happening at this week itself, right? So I don't want to really add up a lot of confusion into this basket right here, but the thing is that you got to sell the news, right? Essentially, the news is something which builds the momentum in the market, and essentially when the event actually unfolds itself, you just simply got to sell the news and just move on with your lives, look forward to new trades. So the thing is that the speculation was all about Ethereum's merger, the Ethereum's transition into proof of stake altogether, but the overall thing is that we're going to be having the first mainnet test happening during this week itself, right? So it's kind of coming into reality. The news is kind of coming into reality, although we have this time frame for about a week or 2-3 weeks where the price action can do its own thing. That is the only zone where we are going to be speculating, guys. I mean, this entire 2 to 3 week zone is something which we'll speculate on, the price action heading all the way towards $2,500 flat flat per Ethereum. That is something which you're speculating on. So the time frames are kind of restricted and the overall situation is kind of tight. But once again, if you have the risk management in place, things will look completely fine, guys. Now, from a risk management standpoint, let's get into the daily time frame for Ethereum, which just cleared out the sell side liquidity, guys. I mean, Ethereum on the daily time frame, it literally cleared out $1,800 sell zone altogether, right? Which is the first indication that maybe on the first and the foremost pass, until this higher low is being held, with Bitcoin's price action holding on to these levels, Ethereum would most likely go towards these levels, guys. So if I can simply look forward to a trade, I mean, I can see two trades coming out in the market from these levels. The first R&R is going to be beneath 1600 regions, and the ultimate target is going to be at $2,000 flat. Now the R&R is 0.67, guys. Okay, is this a fucking short position right here? Okay, let me get into a long position right here, and this is your R&R on the, like, this is the first setup that we can simply look forward to. It's going to be at $2,000 flat, simply because $2,000 is a key psychological level for the market participants as well, right? So the R&R stays to be 1.34. Now here comes the other setup, which is going to be a simple teleportation from low volume nodes to high volume node. Is a better R&R in the market, guys. Like, this is a better R&R altogether, right? You can see that the risk reward ratio simply shifts to 3.3. So if you want to look at this entire piece of price action and you want to capitalize on it, I mean, 3.26 is a good risk reward ratio in the market, guys. I mean, I'm going to take this one every single time. If I look at the setup, I'm going to simply go ahead with this, and I'm going to be managing my risk according to my position size, and I will target some key levels to the upside for Ethereum itself. It's going to be at 2450 altogether. So that is what is coming up for Ethereum, guys. So yes, in the small time frames, like, can we really dig into small time frames? We can probably do that, although it's not going to be that relevant, honestly. The overall trend on the hourly time frame is really choppy, guys, because this is something which Ethereum has been doing altogether, right? The overall trend has been really volatile. You're talking about swing trades happening in the market for a 20% leg to the downside, and all of those 20% retracements are being corrected back into some key levels of areas of interest at maybe a 30%. For this example right here, things are correcting back for 30% leg to the upside once again. So yes, volatility is literally at its peak. Volatility is massive, right? So have your risk management in place and do not have any FOMO, guys. Holy fucking shit, I'm pretty much sure a lot of people are FOMOing the fuck out of their balls in these kind of landscapes. I'm pretty much sure, guys. But the thing is that you have to remember the long-term perspective about being as a fucking cryptocurrency trader in the market. These things will come and go. The price action will come and go. Setups will play out to the upside and the downside. Risk to reward opportunities will come and go. If you can manage your risk and your equity, things will be completely fine in the long term, guys. So there is no need to FOMO. Price action will move to the upside and the downside infinitely, right? Don't feel that you are not that competent, that this is the only price action and this is the only thing I have to capitalize on. If I lose this trade, I'm going to lose everything in my life. Don't think like that, because this is exactly what a FOMO mindset is going to be thinking like in these kind of landscapes, guys. So we are simply ahead of that. Crypto educator community and anybody who's watching this content right now is simply ahead of this mindset, at least, guys. Alright, so I'm going to be winding up Solana as well real quick. If any one of you is watching that, yes, people are watching. Yep, good to see that. If you're watching this live stream, let me know your favorite shitcoin. I'll talk about that, guys. There are a particular altcoin, like there are a lot of altcoins that I'm speculating on as well, and I'll talk about them as well. But before we jump onto the altcoin list altogether, let's talk about Solana and what this little shit is doing right here in the market. From the RSI perspective on the 3-day time frame, this one is finally getting out of the oversold zone, guys. And essentially after a very long time, we can see, I mean, essentially this was more than a month right here, guys. Last time we rejected the simple moving average on the RSI. This one is 21 simple moving average against the RSI trend itself. So the last time we rejected the 21 simple was back on the first week of April itself. After a very long time, we are establishing a trend above the 21 simple as well, which means that maybe Solana with Bitcoin will simply trend to the upside as well. Now the key upside targets will be at the 55 simple if you're talking about the bigger picture altogether from the 3-day, which is going to be a clear-cut level at $65 flat, right? Now the thing is, on the small to mid time frame, this is trending to the upside like this, guys. Now until you are holding this price point, with Bitcoin also holding on to some key higher lows, Solana's risk management is going to be at $37.5, guys. If you see a daily trend below 37.5, Solana will also establish a new low after this price point, and maybe we'll talk about Solana jumping back into $30 regions once again. But until the price action is holding on this level, things will be fine, and the higher probability is going to be towards $65 level target playing out, right? With a lot of hindrance in the between, guys. Obviously, I mean, we're dealing with fucking cryptos. Things are not easy. I mean, essentially, as a trader as well, things are not that easy. So, which is why you have to scale out of the market if you are positioning yourself on futures market, guys. That is how you trade. If you want to make money, if you want to profit from these markets in the long term, you got to scale out when the price action starts moving in your direction, right? That is what at least something which I do in the market altogether, guys. Now let's talk about the small time frames on Solana. Yep, I mean, with Ethereum losing some key levels on the small time frames. Now obviously this is supposed to happen, right? But this is what we are speculating on, guys. Now the other thing is that the risk management of Solana also depends on Ethereum holding above 1675, right? If Ethereum loses 1675, maybe Solana will come back and retest this trend line at liquid zones, being at your $39 levels flat. That could be a retest, and most likely that could be a dip as well. Why do I say this? Because Bitcoin is wanting to establish a higher low in this trend, guys. The bigger context is coming from Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is trending to the upside, which is why altcoins will certainly be volatile. But what you can do is you can speculate on the price action rather going to the upside rather than it going to the downside altogether, guys. So that is what we are speculating on, although we are quite early in the week itself, so which is why things can be very volatile for today. But let's see if we can establish a daily trend above 1800 today itself. That would be telling of a lot of things, guys, and most of my own altcoin exposure could particularly play out in the market altogether. That would be something nice, right? Okay, so that is what is happening on Solana. Nothing much right here, but essentially the volume node is also coinciding with your $40 regions. So be cautious if Solana loses $40 levels. If it does, maybe we'll retrace back towards liquidity zones at your 37, 38 levels. But until then, the trend is to the upside, right? This is your short to mid-term volatility playing out in the market altogether. Okay, guys, with that said, do we have any special candidate for the day? I mean, it's going to be audio. Audio USD, Audius is a protocol that I really dig, guys. I mean, I kind of like this protocol, right? And the thing is that on the RSI, once again, the RSI is somewhat like Solana, right? If I expand the RSI right here, for the first time in a very long time, this is at least trying to establish a trend above your simple moving average on the relative strength index itself, which means that the speculation mode is kind of on Audius itself, right? And if you talk about the general trend in the market, it's a diagonal trending price action altogether. And essentially, if you do break out from these levels, the measured move at first is going to be at 50 cents, but the ultimate target being at 3-day 55 simple at your 65 cents level altogether, guys. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame, yes, certainly very volatile. I mean, this is this is a massive candle on the small time frames. Not going to deny that. Yes, if Bitcoin is kind of retracing back from 24,000, something like Audius will obviously retrace, guys. I mean, yes, this will all obviously retrace down back, right? Okay, for this one and for my own personal trading, I'm going to be managing all of my risk at this entire liquid zone, guys. Now this one is a fat fuck right here, only because it's Audius, right? It is literally audio. This is not that liquid in the market, which is why the volatility factor can be severe as compared to Ethereum and Bitcoin altogether. So my risk management is kind of planned according to the volatility coming from Audius volatility in the market, right? Audius is volatility in the market, if I'm not wrong. Anyways, guys, that is the key risk management, and the ultimate target from this resolution can take the price action towards 65 cents flat. Okay, with that said, if you don't have any comments, I'm going to be cutting the stream short, guys. I'm simply going to be cutting the stream short for today itself. And in the comments, if you do watch the recorded version of the stream, let me know your shitcoin in the comments, and let me know what you are speculating on as well, so that we can take a look at your biases as well. And I would be happy to do a lot of TA on your favorite shitcoin, right? Okay, guys, with that said, I think this is the right time to wind up this entire stream right here. I will catch all of you pretty soon. Bye for now.